Ladies and gents, welcome to the Traveling Introvert. It's been a very busy few months for me, and I just want to take a look back at some things. And so today's episode is going to be about uncomfortable or questions that you get asked. As an introvert, it's bad enough as it is having to answer questions from strangers. But for someone who works online and travels a lot, it's even more difficult because I just don't fit into that stereotype that most people would like to put me into. So, for example, the question, so where are you from? Well, okay, I'm from England. That doesn't really mean anything because they'll be like, oh, so what's the weather like there? Or you must be really far from home. And I'm like, I haven't been there in 13 years. I don't know what the weather's like there. Let me look up on weather.com. Unfortunately, it's based on people's misuse of the English language. What they want to know where I'm from, yes, but then they leap to the assumption that because that's where I'm from, that is where I currently live. And so I tend to find that a lot of these problems come from people assuming stuff. So that's one thing, the where are you from question. And then the what do you do is always the next question, because what I do defines me and is the only thing that you need to know about me to put me in the little box. And again, what I do isn't an easy answer because I do lots of things. I crochet, I read, I travel. That's not the answer people want. Again, misuse of the English language. What they really want to say is, what do you do for work? Or what is your job? But they say, what do you do? Depending on how I'm feeling will depend on the answer you get. But also, it's like, well, I work, I have a job, and I do multiple things. And I don't just do one thing, I do many different things because I am multifaceted. I'm a human that does many things. And because I get bored easy. And I like to help people. So there's various things that I do. I have about 3 or 4 main things that I do. But again, it's very confusing to people. And then I got this from a taxi driver recently. He was like, so, and he heard my travel schedule and he was like, oh, well, you do a lot of traveling. So that means you probably don't have a boyfriend, right? And I was just like, not that it's any of your business. I felt like shocking him by going, well, actually, I have 3 boyfriends and 2 girlfriends and a wife, but I didn't do that. And he was like, oh, well, you can't settle down if you travel so much. You travel too much. Again, none of your business. And so when was settling down something that you had to do? And just because I travel doesn't mean I'm not settled. Again, people making assumptions, and it's just frustrating. How can you possibly have a long-term relationship is like part of that thing. And don't you want children? Don't get me started on that one. Again, I get it. People want to find some common connection and some common bond. Ask me the last book I read. Ask me an article I read, or, what music I listen to. You getting involved in my personal life is not the way to interact with me. How do you make money? It's like, well, I work. Oh, but you're always traveling. You must always be on vacation. No, I work. And I think this is something that people really have a problem with understanding. Just because I might be in Asia one day and then in Barcelona speaking for another day and then back to New York to help with a charity gig sometime else, they assume that all I'm doing is sightseeing. And really, it's more like working 16-hour days, stressing about internet and where to do laundry. Being what people call a digital nomad or a remote worker or a location-independent worker or an entrepreneur, whatever other word you want to use, comes with work. You have to work. It's not get rich quick. I mean, lottery ticket, kind of get rich quick. I would love that. Actually, I'm not even sure I can cash in a lottery ticket in half the countries I'm in. But it comes with work. And people these days still want you to fit in these little, like, oh, you're an accountant, or oh, you're this, and oh, you're that. And one of my jobs is actually fairly traditional. I just happen to do it online. And still people can't wrap their heads around it. One person, in fact, asked me, oh, well, what would you do if there wasn't computers? And I'd be like, I'd still have a job. Computers don't define my job, but thanks anyway. I don't know, what was my point for this particular episode? There are a lot of uncomfortable questions. Answer them as you will and how you see fit. I have been known to lie on the odd occasion or stretch the truth just because I don't think I'm going to see this person again. And if that's their way of approaching a relationship, or wanting to reach out to me, and it's not the right way, I'm not really fussed what they think about me. Please drop me a line at introvert@thetravelingintrovert.com. I'd love to hear your questions. Also, feel free to like us on iTunes and join us on Facebook at The Traveling Introvert. See you soon.